My name is Davida Selby. I am the owner and creative director of Caitlin and Ajwa lifestyle brand. The company's name is Caitlin and Ajwa. It's named after my grandmother, my sister, and my mother. So Kate is my grandmother's name, Lynn is my sister's middle name, and Ajwa is my mom's Ghanaian name. It was a way for me to honor the women who I have always looked up to, the women who I learned all of my beauty secrets from. And it was also a way for me to marry my American heritage with my Ghanaian heritage. Girls born on Monday, their names in Ghana are Ajwa. So I wanted to really give the story behind the name, and it was really important to me to be able to share that with the American consumer. A lot of times people are like Caitlin and an A, right? And I always correct them, it's Ajwa. And it's a way for me to teach them a little bit about Ghana as well. Recently, I was in Ghana in November and had a chance to sit down with my grandmother to just ask her how she felt about her name being in the brand, right? Like knowing that there's a brand named after her. The whole family is excited about it, but to hear her response and to know how special she felt, and to know that, I really looked up to her and admired her, that was really special for me.
For my grandchild to have such an idea. Thank God for that.
Oh, thank you, Mommy.
Preserving our legacy is so important. Just knowing that what I'm doing is a lot bigger than me, especially when we started introducing these trips to Ghana. I can't even explain the feeling that I get every time that I watch someone from the diaspora coming back to Ghana and the experience that they have. Ghanaian history, most of our history is oral history, right? So we tell it through stories and dancing and drumming. And for me, I love being able to go back and tell that history through this brand. You're telling this larger story about the African American experience. They get to go to Ghana and they realize that so much of our culture is mirrored there as well, right? It doesn't just stop here. There's an entire continent. And for me, I always talk about the country of Ghana, that's because that's what I know the best. But being able to see your African American heritage mirrored in Ghana is always so insightful and such a beautiful experience. Our culture is so much larger than what we expect it to be. So the idea behind legacy is what I feel like Caitlin and Ajwa is really rooted in.
I need to, missus.
Legacy is extremely important to me, especially as a woman, right? A lot of times we don't get to keep our last names. We don't get to really keep a lot of the content that we put out. And to me, legacy is saying that I was here. It's putting my stamp on something. It's something that lives beyond you. It's something that you're doing not for self, but for others, right? And it's always keeping an eye on those who are coming after you and knowing that you're passing down some sort of history and a legacy to those people. I remember when I was younger, I always felt like I wasn't American enough or I wasn't Ghanaian enough. When we lived in Ghana, I was the American girl. And then coming back to the United States, I came back, I had an accent, and I was the Ghanaian girl. Every time people asked me where I was from, it always, I had to pause to think about it. As I got older, I finally came to terms with the fact that I'm all of those things, right? I am 100% Ghanaian. I am also 100% American. I finally got to a point where I was excited to teach people about my culture. It was a culture that I always grew up in and never realized that that was part of my beauty. And I always tell people your gifts and who you are at the core, that's your purpose and that's your calling. I think about Tabitha Brown all the time. When she initially moved to LA and wanted to be an actress, and they told her that she needed to, dumb down her Southern accent. And now that is what's encouraging her to flourish. She is 100% herself. Just being 100% authentic and yourself, that's what people are going to love about you. Passing on your legacy is extremely important, and I feel like we all have a duty to do that, especially as women. Being a woman, to me, it's extremely powerful. It's knowing that my femininity, it leads everything that I do, especially a Ghanaian woman. we're a powerful people. In Ghana, they pass their history down through their maternal line, right? And even when you go to the markets in Ghana, you see so many women. When we think about entrepreneurship, it's the women that are leading out on that, especially in Ghana. When we think about shea butter, it's called women's gold because that's the way that women are building economic wealth in the country, and it's through this product. Knowing that I'm able to own something in the world as a woman, I love it. I think as a woman, being able to really stand up for yourself and demand respect in all arenas is extremely important. You don't necessarily have to have the right name or the right job description or anything for people to respect you. I think you just being here and you just being who you are demands respect. I give myself permission to say no without any explanation. I give myself at least 2 hours, 1 hour to work out every day and 1 hour to have a full morning routine. And then I also give myself permission to enjoy luxurious items, to understand that I work extremely hard and I deserve everything that God has blessed me with. Honorable mention, I give myself permission to not be around toxic people at all. I spent 2 years in therapy to figure out this whole love thing, right? And I realized it had to start with self-love. So I'm at the point now where I'm redefining what love is. I've always had the love of friends. With Black women, you see that all the time. We ride or die for our girlfriends. And we're still trying to define what the romantic part looks like for us. Yeah, I'm still redefining what romantic love looks like for me. It's a journey, but once you get there, that's when you really start getting powerful. That's when you really understand who you are. You understand your purpose and you understand why you're here.